is Chris Raquel, and I'm back again with our 21 Days of Change. Today is day 8. I wanted to stop in just to let you all know to be encouraged, don't give up. At times, things may be difficult, may be hard, but we can't let our outside circumstances influence what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about other people, and what we believe about circumstances. So don't give up, keep going. Just know that your prize on the other side, your reward will come to you. All you have to do is keep going, keep striving, and you'll make it through. Don't give up. Don't give up on your fitness goals. Don't give up on your eating habits, and always keep God first. Make sure that you're keeping other people in prayer, that you're praying to God to build your relationship, and things are going to be added to you. So at times it can seem like we are so far from our goals, but if you don't give up, you keep trying, you'll be able to make it through. There's times where we struggle, we think that we're taking so long to reach our goals, we're not going to be able to meet our goals. It's so funny looking back. This is just a situation that came to me. I remember when I was way younger, and I ended up transferring schools when I was going to college, and I remember just being so disappointed and defeated because rather than graduating in 4 years, I was going to graduate in 5 years because I had changed my major. And I just remember looking back being so disappointed, not feeling like the word was ending, but just feeling like, oh, I didn't graduate in 4 years. This is just not what I planned. Oh, I don't feel good about that. I remember feeling like really bad. Maybe even like a little bit embarrassed. I don't know if it was embarrassment. I was just like I was supposed to, I guess I'll explain this. I've always been very intelligent and super high GPA. So I kind of looked at it like, why would I graduate in 5 years? Like, I was supposed to graduate in 4 years. There's no reason why someone who gets straight A's should be graduating in 5 years. So just looking back, I remember just thinking it was such a big thing. And now at my age, in my early 30s or mid 30s, whatever you want to call it, I'm looking back like, oh my gosh, like that really did not matter at all. There's people who graduate in 10 years, 5 years, 6 years. Obviously, you don't want to delay yourself if you don't need to, but as long as you complete your goal, that's important. And there's many people who graduate in 5 years. There's certain colleges who the typical undergraduate student, their timeline is 5 years because the program's 5 years. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that came to me. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't feel like you can't reach certain goals because you're not good enough. There's always going to be a different process for someone. And I find that a lot of times processes are short or long. And sometimes when those processes are long, it could be because of our own doing, or sometimes the process is better when it's longer, when it takes some time, because you get to learn more based on failures and based on different steps that you have to do, and things didn't work out at this step, so you had to go backtrack and try something else. And then now, after having gone through all those different steps, now you can teach someone about how to do things the right way. Or, now that you actually did complete it, right? So that reminds me of certain other things too, right? So let's say someone has been through certain relationships and they didn't work out, or I guess we're focused on one relationship. They were in one relationship and it didn't work out, and they went through different things in that relationship. It wasn't good. They tried to be a good girlfriend or fiance, and things didn't work out because the person did this, and then the original person ended up doing this to try to stay in that relationship, and then in the end things didn't work out. And they realized, looking back, that they stayed through some things that they shouldn't have. That person clearly displayed behaviors that indicated they weren't interested in them. So now they can talk about that. Now they can teach someone else, right? So a lot of times you have to go through different things to be able to teach someone things. Whereas, of course, someone can enter in a relationship and everything goes perfect, and they met that person in high school, and they ended up marrying that person when they turned 18, and they both went to college, or they ended up having the children that they wanted, and things all work out for them. And now they've been married for 10 years or 20 years, 15 years, I'll say. So now they're in their early to mid 30s, and they've been married for a long time, and things are just going wonderful and swell for them. It's wonderful. It's all dandy, but of course they can teach someone based on that perspective, but it'll be a little bit harder for them to reach people who are not in that same situation. Not everyone finds their spouse in high school, so that's a difference, and it'll be a little bit different for them to, try to reach someone who did not find their partner in high school, had no relationship issues ever. It's going to be hard for them to reach those people. So don't ever think that your story is for naught. You have a story for a reason. Not even just a story, but just in general, your steps in your path in life are unique. And don't ever think that those things are going to be a detriment to your life. Of course, certain things you have to make the right decisions, but God can change any situation and flip it around for your good. So, don't be ashamed of your story. Don't think that your history is such a bad thing, because we take our background and our past, and it really teaches us a lot of different things. So just like I was saying, oh man, I really thought that 5 years was such a big deal for not graduating. In the grand scheme of things, it does not matter at all. So, and a lot of times when we're younger, we think things but we change our perspective when we're older. So keep that in mind as well. If you're in your late teens, or you're a teenager, or you're a young adult, early 20s, just keep in mind that your perspective is likely to change in 10 years. So whatever you're concerned about now won't really be your concern 10, 15 years from now. And I even look back about the concerns I had at that age. I really recommend you take time to yourself. You really learn about yourself and all those things, because looking back, I remember my concerns were, it was not about, never about any bills and housing upkeep and things like that. Not saying those are my primary concerns now. I'm just talking about like how things changed for me, like when I got into my mid 20s and early 30s. My interests and my concerns were completely different. Whereas in my teens, my concern was, I want to transition my hair from relaxer or chemical applications on my hair to just having my natural hair. Oh, I can learn about that. Or, oh, I would like to be in the gym all the time. Oh, I want to take up weightlifting. Or, oh, I want to further my education. Or I want to try this eating plan. Or, oh, I have interest in these music artists. Or thinking about what career I want to do, or thinking about my future and where I intend to be in a set amount of years. So your plan and your thought process definitely changes. And then when you're in your 30s and maybe in your mid 20s and things like that, your perspective's not going to be the same. You may be thinking about improving certain things about yourself, but mainly focus on career and fitness and things like that, of course, too. But your main interests aren't those things. You're thinking about different things because now you have more responsibilities. So while you don't have that many responsibilities, some people do at that age, but for those of you who don't, just focus on improving your life and bettering yourself, because those things are going to make a difference. And just be encouraged. You are wonderful. You're beautiful. And there's a path for you. You can veer off that path and you can make mistakes and things like that, but you always come back to what you're supposed to do. And don't think that trials and tribulations aren't ever a good thing, because it makes you stronger. Those trials cause you to keep moving forward, and they will help you teach other people. you'll be able to know how to handle other situations in the future. That's what wisdom comes from, right? So oftentimes we assume that people who are older, they can provide wisdom, and that's based on their experiences in life. So hopefully this video helped you. Just keep trying. Don't be discouraged. And there's always going to be a way for you. Have a great day.